And good afternoon, everybody, as we are live here in Russell County, Seal, Alabama, at Corbett Stadium. We got a fantastic flag football contest between Smith Station, the Lady Panthers, taking on the Russell County Lady Warriors. And this broadcast is brought to you by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, the Houston Clinic, Coca-Cola, and Kinetic Credit Union. We are so glad to be here once again at Russell County. Russell County 2-2 on the season. Smith Station 2-1. And Russell County, they are led by just a sensational athlete, the 8th grader, Jada Flournoy. She was the Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the game last time we did a broadcast when Russell County took on JAG a couple of weeks ago. Smith Station, well, you know about the accolades. They made it all the way to the state championship a couple of years ago. They just got off a big 39-0 win over Park Crossing. Their only loss was a 1-point loss to Auburn. So this Smith Station Panthers team, very solid, taking on a very solid Russell County team. Smith Station is in their white uniforms with the black shorts and the black lettering. Russell County in their black uniforms with the gold numbering and the black shorts. It's time to play some flag football. If you're not familiar with the rules of flag football, the football field is broken up into 80 yards. You don't go 100 yards. Sometimes teams will start at the 10-yard line. That will be the goal line. Sometimes teams will start at the goal line, and they will go all the way out to the 20. And the field is cut up a little bit. It's a little bit shorter because you have 7 players, and that's going to be what we're going to see. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the stats for the visiting Smith Station Panthers. Like I mentioned, came into this contest with a 2-1 record, and their leading receiver is Corbin Mizadane, who is a senior, and then followed by Reagan Thomas, who is a freshman. Lindsey Mounsey is a sophomore. The leading rusher is Janiah Jones. And then Courtney Allen and Sydney Morris both have 2 touchdown passes, so they kind of have a dual quarterback for the Smith Station Lady Panthers. And Smith Station led by their head coach, Michael King. Russell County led by their head coach, Maury Thomas. And Smith Station is going to get the football first. So here we go. We are ready to kick this flag football game off, and back in the center is Brooke Norrid. She takes a snap, and the handoff is to number 8, Janiah Jones, and the flag gets yanked for a minimal gain. Remember, you got 20 yards to get the first down. So that first down marker, so basically the first down marker is at the 20, the 40, and the 20 and the 40 on the opposite side. So they really only need 10 yards to get the first down right here. So Norrid is under center. And we got the wide receivers going deep. Norrid back to throw, and that is caught by Lindsey Mounsey, who got a couple of yards on that play. It's going to set up a third down. Got 12-minute quarters with a running clock. They do stop the clock for timeouts. It's going to be third down. Here we go. They got to get to the 20. Norrid, back to pass, rolls to the right. Flag on the play. Incomplete pass. Let's see what the flag is on. That's going to be a hold on Smith Station. Russell County's going to decline it, and Smith Station going to punt the football away. And you don't see a whole lot of punts in flag football, but when you're backed up and in your end zone, you definitely need to change field position. Even though they got to get to the 20, it's a little risky going for it on fourth down this far on your side of the field. So Russell County is going to get the football for the very first time. They hold Smith Station to a 3-and-out, and now Smith Station back to punt. Nord, drop kick. There's a high arcing punt that takes a bounce right at the 45 and running it with all the way to the right and getting stopped on the play is number 3 for Russell County, Jasmine Dennison. And this is where we're going to end up seeing Jada Flournoy, who's one of the top flag football players in East Alabama, has had a fantastic job so far on the season. Only played 4 games so far, but it's still early in the flag football season. I mean, Georgia hasn't even started. They won't start until October. Alabama tends to start early. And so Russell County with the football, the handoff is to Dennison to the right, and Dennison gets right at about the 38-yard line for a second down. So it's going to bring up a second and short because you got to get to the 40 to pick up the first down. The quarterback is Carly Spies. Actually, she is actually the running back to the right of the formation. Direct snap, and that's going to be a dead ball, as that was intended for Candice Dixon. But because it hit the ground, the ref calls it a dead ball, and they're going to spot the football right where the ball landed. So it's going to make this third down a little bit tougher to get. It's going to be about a 3rd and 8. And back to pass, and then the toss sweep over to Dennison, incomplete. And now what do you do here? Do you go for it on 4th down, or do you pin Smith Station back deep? Both offenses stalling on their first possession. This flag football game is brought to you by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, Kinetic Credit Union, the Houston Clinic, and Coca-Cola. Man, lost my train of thought. I must have been craving a Coke. All right, Candice Dixon going to be in. We're going to have a punt. Looks like it's going to be a drop kick. And then the punt. A little line drive, but it's caught on the line drive by Janiah Jones. So good job there by Smith Station getting some field position on the play, and they will take over. That Smith Station offense coming out, and they looking at Smith Station's schedule. I mean, they've got teams like JAG. They'll take on Enterprise. They'll take on Central. I mean, they've already faced Auburn. They'll play Opelika. I mean, they've got a tough schedule, including a game against Northside. That's a very intriguing game coming up in October. All right, back to pass, and she gets sacked. The flag is pulled. That will be a sack in the stat sheets. And how about that play? Trying to get a number. That is number 6, Tremisia Streeter for Russell County. Remember, they're right at the 40, so this is going to be a 2nd and 19. They got to get to Russell County's 40 to pick up the first down. There we go. Norred back to throw. Passes it. Open in the flat. Is caught by Janiah Jones. She runs up the sideline, and she picks up the first down. What a play on a 2nd and 19. Brooke Norred. A little screen pass open in the flat, and nothing but green grass down that sideline by Janiah Jones, and Smith Station in business. That was the biggest play of the game. And they are moving the chains. We're early on here in the first quarter. Don't forget to like the Facebook page and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Norred under center. Looks like she's got blockers. She's going to run, throws it, incomplete. It looks like it's not going to matter. The ref points to the marker. Jada Flournoy on the stop gets the sack, and that was a huge sack by Russell County. Jada Flournoy pressuring the quarterback. It looked like Norrid had blockers, and Flournoy just came in there and dove for the flags, gets the sack. Remember, they got to get to the 20-yard line to pick up the first down. Nord feeling the pressure. A little pass incomplete, and that was intended for Janiyah Jones, the leading receiver for Smith Station. Nord going to read the plays on her sleeve, and we're going to try this again. High snap, back to throw, moves in the pocket, throws it, and that was incomplete. That was intended for number 6, Reagan Thomas. But she might have lost it in the sun. Coach Thomas wants a timeout. We are scoreless here in the first quarter. Smith Station is driving. We'll take a break. We'll step aside as you're watching flag football here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Imagine making your dreams a reality, achieving your goals and aspirations, and having a financial partner that understands your dreams never sleep. At Kinetic Credit Union, we're more than just a bank. We're 40,000 members strong with local service, personal connections, and a nationwide network. Leading edge technology to help you make financial decisions easier, smarter, and safer. We are Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
And welcome back to Russell County. 5:32 left to go here in the first. Norred back to pass. Steps up, throws, and that is going to be caught for a touchdown. Smith Station strikes first as Brooke Norred to Reagan Thomas for the score, and Smith Station's up 6-0. Brooke Norred looked like a little fade route, felt the pressure, but she was able to get away from getting the sack, because Russell County was coming with the heat, and Norred just throws up a pass that goes into the breadbasket of Reagan Thomas, and now Smith Station's going to go for 2. Norred back to pass, rolls to the left, throws it, and that is good. Looks like a shoestring catch that is made, and the try is good. What a catch by Courtney Allen. That is 2 on the board. So Smith Station, with 5:20 left to go, leads 8-0. We are live here at Corbett Stadium. Don't forget, we will be back here this Friday night. It's actually homecoming for Russell County as they are taking on Percy Julian. And Russell County will get the football once again. Their second offensive possession. A little handoff over to Mariah Rogers. And gets a couple yards. Maybe, remember, she's got to get to the 40 to pick up the first down. Really not a whole lot of yards here. A little jet sweep. Candice Dixon. And she will pick up the first down. Just an easy play for her to get on that. The quarterback, Aaliyah Duplessis, working the offense for Russell County. Finds themselves trailing 8-0. Duplessis, a little jet sweep, but Duplessis is going to take it, and she fumbles the football, and that is going to be a dead ball, but the ref is going to call a flag, and it looks like it's going to be a block on the defense. That's going to give Russell County some yardage here. Just a broken up play on that. Looked like it was a direct snap, but the running back missed the assignment, and the quarterback Duplessis took it herself, but had 3 defenders all over her, and she lost the football. And I believe, and I'm just paraphrasing here, I think that was a tackle, and so you can't do that. They pulled the flag this time, but because they tackled her, and I'm in quotations, Chris, tackled, because there was contact. It didn't look like they were going for the flag. That's a penalty. I'm like, Richard, what are you talking about? It's not tackle. By the way, nice to see members of the volleyball team here. We did their game at Lynette on Monday. Mavea Williams here in attendance. She had 9 kills in that game, and there's the flag that gets taken down by Duplessis. We got a timeout on the field. Russell County with the football. It's a 3rd down. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and take a break. And when we come back, Russell County has got a 3rd down. We are live from Corbett Stadium in Seal, Alabama. It's flag football time here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient.
We are back. 2:35 left to go here in the first. Smith Station leading Russell County 8-0. Russell County's got a 3rd and 16 as Duplessis hands off. Leverson. And she gets the flag pulled behind the 40. That's going to bring up a 4th down, and Russell County's going to punt. Good defensive stop by the Smith Station Panthers. Russell County comes in with a 2-2 record. Smith Station 2-1. Duplessis is going to punt this football away. Back to receive. We got several players back there, including Janiah Jones. And Jones is trying to get it and bobbles it. Anna Grace Holland also back there, and Smith Station will take over on offense with an 8-0 lead. We appreciate our audience watching us on Georgia Alabama Sports Live's Facebook page and YouTube channel. Don't forget that we've got the Georgia Alabama Sports Live show later tonight. Thrip Behringer and myself will be dropping the volleyball rankings and the softball rankings, and I anticipate in a couple of months when Muskogee County, all the Georgia schools have flag football, we'll have flag football rankings too. But they do it a little bit different in Alabama. The teams will start in September. Here we go. Norred, back to pass. Wide open in the flat, and that is Courtney Allen. And Allen has got a big 1st down. Another big pass by Brooke Norred. And Smith Station in the driver's seat, threatening once again on Russell County. By the way, big shout out to Brad Beasley. He runs the TV class here at Russell County. Him and his students do a fantastic job helping with the camera work during the football games. As Norrid back to pass, throws, and that was just a wobbly fastball that might have slipped out of her hands. It was intended for Reagan Thomas. It will bring up second down. And Brad Beasley just getting footage for his broadcast class. And he does a great job with that. And we appreciate his students helping us out with the broadcast. We got a timeout. Into the first quarter, rather. All right, we played one. Smith Station leading 8-0 back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Even though I'm away at college, Kinetic Credit Union is still the best way for me to stay connected here and at home. With the Kinetic mobile app, I have control of my accounts wherever I go. I can easily transfer money between internal and external accounts, get money faster by setting up recurring transfers, and I can find the nearest ATM or branch right from my phone. Plus, I can add my Kinetic cards to my phone's digital wallet and enjoy quick, secure, contactless payments. By the way, Mom, I need some more money.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
For game day, work day, or any day, Glenn Smith in Opelika is loaded with GMC Sierra and Canyon trucks. Choose from a huge selection of the best-selling full-size GMC Sierras, discounted up to $13,750 off. Test drive the new mid-size GMC Canyons with a comfortable ride and strong towing, discounted up to $4,000 off. Plus, enjoy no payments until December. Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. Get ready to drive and get ready to smile.
Start of the second quarter, we're back here at Mitchell Corbett Stadium on the campus of Russell County High, and Russell County is flipping the fields. They're now going from right to left. Actually, no, yeah. And Smith Station going from left to right. That is incomplete. Norrid intended for, looking at the number, that's number 28, Kennedy Treadwell. I tell you what, I've been very impressed with the way Norrid's throwing the football. And faced with a third down, it's going to be a 3rd and goal for Smith Station. Norrid, clean pocket, evades the pressure, and she gets sacked. I don't think she got rid of the football. What a sack there by Brianna Barnes, which will set up 4th down. So what do you do here? Oh, and yep, hold the phone, everybody, like Keith Jackson used to say. There's a flag on Russell County. And that is going to be an automatic 1st down. That is a demoralizing penalty because it looked like Russell County was going to get the stop on 4th down, which would force Smith Station to go for it on a 4th and very long. But you give Smith Station a 1st and goal right inside the 10, and Norrid's got a field to work with. Rolls to her left and gets the ball poked out. That's going to be a dead ball. It'll bring up 2nd down. Smith Station leading 8-0. It's a touchdown pass by Brooke Norrid to Reagan Thomas. Norrid feeling the pressure, rolls to her right, steps up, throws, and that is broken up by Brianna Barnes, who had the sack earlier. It's a great play. That's a textbook defensive play as a DB. And it sets up a 3rd and goal for Smith Station. This will be a big stop if Russell County can get a stop here. Remember, you got to go for the end zone in flag football. There are no field goals. So you got to go for it on 4th down, and it could be a game changer. Norrid rolls to the left. Norrid throws incomplete. Intended for Janiyah Jones. And it's 4th down. Let's see if Russell County can get a stop here. Ball is on the 14-yard line. Remember, the goal line is actually on the goal line. On the other side, the goal line's on the 20. They do it a little bit differently here. All right, 4th down. Norrid rolls to the left. Fading the pressure. Incomplete. Turnover on downs, and Russell County will take over. She got pressure on her weak side by who else but Brianna Barnes. We called her number a lot tonight. And a big defensive stop for Russell County. They are going to take over on downs. We'll see the Warrior offense coming out. Aaliyah Duplessis. Back to pass. Actually, that's not Duplessis. That's Cora Perry, the freshman, in at quarterback. And that long pass that was intended for Jasmine Dennison is incomplete. And it will bring up 2nd down. Great seeing the fans out here coming to support the Russell County Lady Warriors. I know they were a rocking crowd on Friday night, that big win against Wetumpka. Perry, back to pass. A wobbling pass that's just intended for the receiver, Jasmine Dennison, which was wide open. Just the pass was not on target, so 2 straight passes. It's going to set up for a 3rd down, have to get to the 20. Be about a 3rd and 5. Perry in the shotgun. Back to pass. And that is incomplete as she was throwing it in traffic. Brianna Barnes was the intended receiver. Also Candice Dixon. She was also feeling the pressure. And now it brings up 4th down. Russell County's going to punt it away. 7:34 left to go here in the 2nd quarter of an 8-0 game. Smith Station on top. They have the only touchdown of the game. We got Janiyah Jones and Hayden Suggs back to receive this kick. A line drive kick that does not take the friendly roll, and it rolls out of bounds. Smith Station will have great field position as that rolls at the 32. And if you want to get technical, it's really the 22, because just the way this field is set up, we have the goal line and then the 20. What is the ref saying? Ref was saying something. All right, Smith Station back on offense. Last time they had the football, Russell County turned them away on downs. Great defensive stop by the Warrior defense. Now Brooke Norrid. Little pitch to the running back. And what a job by Jada Flournoy to dive for the flags. And loss on the play, Janiyah Jones with a little toss sweep. And we have not called Jada Flournoy's number a lot today. That was the first time. She was a ball hawk. She was everywhere in that game a couple weeks ago that Austin Allen and I did against Jag. But obviously this Smith Station team is just a much better team. They've had a history of making it to the championship. And Norrid back to pass. That is caught. What a catch by Reagan Thomas. She had the touchdown pass. Brooke Norrid is lighting it up in the air. It brings up a 1st and goal for Smith Station. And we got ourselves a timeout. We're going to step aside and take 1-2. Smith Station leads Russell County 8-0. Back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Even though I'm away at college, Kinetic Credit Union is still the best way for me to stay connected here and at home. With the Kinetic mobile app, I have control of my accounts wherever I go. I can easily transfer money between internal and external accounts, get money faster by setting up recurring transfers, and I can find the nearest ATM or branch right from my phone. Plus,
and welcome back to Russell County. Smith Station with a 1st and goal. 5:42 left to go here in the half. Norred rolls to the right. Norred looking. Oh, out of the hands of the receiver. That was intended for Lindsey Mounts. Norred has done a great job for Smith Station spreading the football around. Let's see if the Smith Station offense can try to punch it in here. Russell County's defense just standing tall. Norred with an empty backfield, under center. Back to pass, feeling the pressure, rolls to the left. Norred's going to take off with the football. She's at the 10 and gets the flag pulled by number 26. That is Valai Brooks. And Norred's got a 3rd and goal. There was an open lane. None of the receivers were open for Smith Station, so Norred took off. But a good job by Brooks to pull the flag. And even though she's a little bit closer to the goal line, it's still a 3rd and goal. And look at that. Bunch formation. Norred rolls to the right, throws, and caught. Touchdown, Smith Station. That was Lindsey Mounts who had the incomplete pass earlier on the play. But are we, yeah, it's going to stand. It is a touchdown, and Smith Station going to go for 2. So far, Brooke Norred with 2 touchdown passes for Smith Station. Norred under center. Rolls to the left, feeling the pressure, throws it. Back in the end zone, touchdown, or try is good. Not a touchdown. Try is good. It's good. And so, with that, 3:59 left to go until the half. And Smith Station leads 16-0. I want to say that 14-0. So the other try was not good? I'm trying to comprehend that both tries were good. It should be 16-0. Anyway, we will figure it out. Russell County with the football. Trying to get the, I think Kennedy Treadwell was the one who got the try. $16-0 Smith Station on top. Flournoy gets the flag pulled. Great job by the Smith Station defender. That was Natalie Dozier. Or Dozier. I'm sure in the comments, if I don't get that last name right, it's either Dozier or Dozier. But a good play by Natalie. 2nd down. Perry Long pass. Oh, out of the reach of the Russell County receiver, Carly Spies. It's third down. I'll tell you, I'm impressed with this freshman quarterback. She does like to air the football out, just trying to make sure the receivers are on the same page. It's third down. Clock continues to run here. 3:37, and we got another timeout. We'll take one, too. Smith Station leads Russell County 16-0 here in the first half. We'll be back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy-duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Welcome back here to Russell County. Apparently they have what's called 1-point tries and 2-point tries. So Smith Station tried for the 1-point try. So it is 14-0. Perry back to pass. Flournoy almost had it, and she dropped it. That would have been huge. She would have been able to get the first down. Jada Flournoy she laid out on the ground trying to go for that pass, and now it's fourth down. And Smith Station is going to get the football back with time to work with. Brooke Nord has been sensational so far for the Smith Station Panthers. 2 touchdown passes. We got Hayden Suggs back to receive this punt. Little line drive that takes a friendly bounce and picks it up and rolls with it is Celivanta Cervantes. And she gets a huge run that gives Smith Station a 1st and goal. And then we do have a timeout again. 2:36 left to go. Smith Station with the football, leading 14-0. Want to remind everybody that this broadcast is brought to you by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, the OG of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. The Houston Clinic, we appreciate everything they do, and Dr. Jack Houston Hospital. And Coca-Cola, that's the only beverage I drink. Love me a nice cold Coke. And then Kinetic Credit Union, banking at its best. Mom, can I have some more money? Norrid. Back to pass, and tipped away by Russell County, Abigail Dix. I wonder if she is the younger sister of Malachi Dix, the former Russell County basketball player, or Maliki Dix. I think his name was Maliki Dix. I don't know. I've been associated with Russell County since 2021, so I've a lot of familiar last names on rosters. All right, brings up 2nd down for Smith Station. Norred, back to pass. Steps up, pump fake, rolls to the left. Nobody open. She's going to take off, and Jada Flournoy is going to pull the flag. That will bring up 3rd down. Can Russell County get a stop here with the clock? Tick, 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 like Chris Berman says. It's 1:40 left to go, and I think they're going to stop the clock once again because they're going to have a timeout, I believe. But you can't take those timeouts home with you. You got to use them up. I wish Coach Prime thought the same philosophy because you can't roll over timeouts to the next game. They go away if you don't use them. So you might as well use them. Hey, we've got a fantastic volleyball match going on. Beauregard and Northside. As Mike Frost on the call, that's over at Northside High School on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Don't forget, we will have the Russell County Coaches Show, which will probably air tomorrow. I had a chance to sit down with Coach Dylan Griggs, and I'm going to try to interview the volleyball coach and the flag football coach the next Russell County Coaches Show, as I talked to both of them today. And then we got Sideline Stories with Kim and Kelly, a fantastic show. The Ellison sisters just talk about life. They talk about basketball. It's wildly entertaining. And then, of course, the Georgia Alabama Sports Live show airing later tonight. And then Thursday, we've got Manchester Spencer football. I believe we've got a Smith Station volleyball. But yeah, a lot of stuff going on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Norrid, wide open. Oh, it's incomplete. Oh, she had it in her hands. That pass was right on the money. And now it's going to bring up 4th down. Yeah, that was number 29, Jayla Morgan. That would have had a sure touchdown. Yeah, got to get off the field, and she does. Norrid, 4th down. Rolling to the left. Norrid throws. And that one is caught for a touchdown. The hat trick. 3 touchdown passes for Brooke Norrid. And what a catch there by Kennedy Treadwell. And Smith Station now leads 20-0. And that was on a fourth down. Pretty impressive. I think we got a timeout here. We'll go ahead and take one too. We'll be back. It's the Jack Houston Clinic injury timeout. 1:39 left to go here in the first half. Smith Station leading Russell County 20-0. Back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We're back here at Russell County. Smith Station ready for the try. This will be a 1-point try for Smith Station. The injured player was Mila Peters. Hopefully she'll be okay. Norrid, flag on the play. That looks like it's going to be a hold. It's not going to matter. It's an incomplete pass. Treadwell was the intended receiver for Smith Station. Russell County will decline it, and the score will remain 20-0. And with 1:39, Russell County will get the football, but you got to go the length of the field to try to score. So we'll see what Russell County does here. Got another injury, the Jack Houston injury timeout. That's Malaysia Roberts. Hopefully she'll be okay as she hobbles off the field. I think they're trying this point again. I thought Russell County stopped them. Okay. There must have been a penalty on Russell County. That flag was on Russell County, and Norrid's going to take it in herself, and the try is good, and now Smith Station leads 21-0. All right, Russell County will get the football. 1:39 left to go here in the first half. The story of the game has been Brooke Norrid with 3 touchdown passes for Smith Station. She has made big plays. A touchdown pass to Reagan Thomas. Thomas also has a big reception that set up one of the touchdowns. And Brooke Norrid has also ran it in for a 1-point try. All right, Perry is under center for Russell County. He's got a running back. Play fake. Back to pass. And that is dropped. Intended for Brianna Barnes. She was wide open. And she is down on the ground. And we have got another Jack Houston injury timeout. We'll step aside and take 1-2. Minute 39 left to go. Russell County trailing 21-0. Back after this.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
And we are back, and Brianna Barnes was the injured player for Russell County. That is a huge loss because not only a top receiver, but one of the top defenders for Russell County. And hopefully she will be okay and she'll be able to get back into this game. Perry back to pass. She's going to hand it off, and that's going to be a fumble. Jasmine Dennison fumbled away the football. Jasmine Dennison, actually the leading rusher for Russell County. Still have not seen Janiyah Word, who is on the basketball team. She is a freshman. She is the younger sister of Mackenzie Word. But Jada Flournoy has got 3 touchdowns on the season. And we've got another timeout. But we're going to go ahead and keep it here because I want to tell you, like, what's coming up. County will be back at home against Northside Methodist Academy next week. And then next Wednesday, home against Percy Julian. On Wednesday the 24th, they are home against Opelika. They are on the road against Auburn on October the 1st. They do play Central on October the 14th. And according to the schedule on Max Preps, their final home game is October 23rd against Valley. But Russell County trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. They lost to Dothan and Carver Montgomery, both 7A schools. Playing another 7A school in Smith Station. Direct snap. And there's some running room, and she is taking off Mariah Rogers. 50, 40, 30, and that's going to be a touchdown for Russell County. Mariah Rogers with the toss sweep to the left and had nothing but open space. And she took it to the house. And Russell County gets on the board. And that's exactly what Russell County needed, a big play to get back in this game. And now Perry and the Russell County offense is going to go for the try. Perry, back to pass, throws it, incomplete. That was intended for Valai Brooks. The try is no good. Minute 13 left to go, and Smith Station now leads Russell County 21-6. We'll be back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
Welcome back here to Mitchell Corbett Stadium on the campus of Russell County in Seal, Alabama. Smith Station leads Russell County 21-6. Smith Station with the football with 1:13 left to go. Let's see if they go into their 2-minute drive as Brooke Norwood, feeling the pressure, steps up, throws. It's underthrown. Flournoy almost had the interception. Jada Flournoy tried to anticipate it. It was intended for Treadwell. Flournoy jumps up and almost got the interception. It'll bring up second down. And, folks, I keep reminding everybody, Flournoy is an 8th grader. But we got a penalty. Oh, this is not what you want to see if you're Russell County. Another penalty that gives Smith Station free yardage. They are now at the 45. It's not really the 45, but, until they make flag football fields, we'll call it the 45. Norwood back to pass. Rolls to the right. Dumps it in the flat, and that is caught by not Reagan Thomas, but Natalie Dozier. And she will pick up the first down. And Smith Station trying to get greedy, under a minute here in the first half. Trying to get another score. Norwood in the shotgun. 3-step drop is going to air it out, and there is Reagan Thomas. Oh, wow. How about that? Reagan Thomas. Looks like it's not quite a touchdown. She caught it, and her flags fell to the ground. But what a play. That's her third big completion. And it's a 1st and goal for Smith Station with 38 seconds left to go. Can they score here? Can Russell County stop them? And that is going to be a touchdown. That's number 4 for Brooke Norwood. And that is Lindsay Muncie, her 2nd receiving touchdown. And it is Smith Station rolling in this first half. They answer the touchdown by Russell County to get a touchdown of their own, and it's now 27-6. Brooke Norwood, who is only a junior, is putting on a clinic for Smith Station. Norwood rolls to the right, throws, and that is going to – it was almost intercepted, but it's not going to matter. The try is no good, and so we stand at 27-6 with 30 seconds left to go here in the first half. Russell County will get the football. We'll step aside here as you're watching flag football on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
It's a great day for a new Chevrolet from Glenn Smith in Opelika. Silverado and Colorado trucks ready to roll. Get going in a powerful new full-size Chevrolet Silverado with discounts up to $13,500 off. Drive away in the mid-size Chevy Colorado, ready for work or play. Discounted up to $4,000 off. People from all over the USA are going to Glenn Smith Chevrolet. Get ready to drive and get ready to smile.
We're back here in Seal, Alabama at Russell County. 30 seconds to work with for Russell County. Perry back to throw, but a flag is thrown. Incomplete. Let's see what the flag is. It's going to be a hold on Russell County. Probably be half the distance to the goal, and it'll bring up a second down. And you can't really kneel, but you don't want to make a big mistake here with 25 seconds. I would just run the football and get it to the halftime. Because if Smith Station ends up getting a turnover here, you're giving them another opportunity to even put more points on the board. Russell County is pinned deep. It's a second down. Actually, no, they're repeated first down. It was half the distance to the goal. Perry, a little toss sweep over to the right is Mariah. Good job there by Mariah Rogers, the sophomore who had the big touchdown run. if it ain't broke, keep trying it. Because Mariah Rogers, it worked the last time she got the football. Yeah, that's going to bring up second down, 9 seconds, 8. I don't know if they're going to get a playoff. Perry wants to try to get the playoff before the half. Perry rolls to the right, feeling the pressure, throws, intercepted. That was what you did not want to do. They have got to get the flag, and that was a dangerous pass. Malaya Williams gets it, but that's going to be the half. As Smith Station leading Russell County 27-6 at the half. We'll be back with the second half here as you're watching flag football on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
For game day, work day, or any day, Glenn Smith in Opelika is loaded with GMC Sierra and Canyon trucks. Choose from a huge selection of the best-selling full-size GMC Sierras discounted up to $13,750 off. Test drive the new mid-size GMC Canyons with a comfortable ride and strong towing, discounted up to $4,000 off. Plus, enjoy no payments until December. Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. Get ready to drive and get ready to smile.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
Even though I'm away at college, Kinetic Credit Union is still the best way for me to stay connected here and at home. With the Kinetic mobile app, I have control of my accounts wherever I go. I can easily transfer money between internal and external accounts, get money faster by setting up recurring transfers, and I can find the nearest ATM or branch right from my phone. Plus, I can add my Kinetic cards to my phone's digital wallet and enjoy quick, secure, contactless payments. By the way, Mom, I need some more money.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
It's a great day for a new Chevrolet from Glenn Smith in Opelika. Silverado and Colorado trucks ready to roll. Get going in a powerful new full-size Chevrolet Silverado with discounts up to $13,500 off. Drive away in the mid-size Chevy Colorado, ready for work or play. Discounted up to $4,000 off. People from all over the USA are going to Glenn Smith Chevrolet. Get ready to drive and get ready to smile.
Imagine making your dreams a reality. achieving your goals and aspirations, and having a financial partner that understands your dreams never sleep. At Kinetic Credit Union, we're more than just a bank. We're 40,000 members strong, with local service, personal connections, and a nationwide network. Leading edge technology to help you make financial decisions easier, smarter, and safer. We are Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
Welcome back to Russell County. Start of the second half. Russell County is going to get the football, trailing 27-6. The story for Smith Station has been Brooke Norrid with 4 touchdown passes. The only touchdown for Russell County was a touchdown run by Mariah Rogers. And we got a false start on Russell County. Yeah, these pre-snap penalties, this is something that they just got to clean up. Once you get set, I know Russell County is going to be working on it. And we got a direct snap, a little pitch in the backfield. Perry's going to throw it, a little trickery. Trying to go for the ball was Jada Flournoy, and that is going to be incomplete. She tried to position herself to try to get it, but a good job by Treadwell for Smith Station to break up the play, and he'll bring up second down. This is Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Go and like the Facebook page. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Happy to be here on this Wednesday night. Flag football action live from Russell County. And there's Flournoy, and the flag gets pulled. Good job by Malaysia Williams. And it's third down. This Smith Station defense has been solid. They do have a turnover. It didn't matter. It was an interception by Malaysia Williams. And Smith Station, the clock ran out. They were trying to return it for a TD. And Russell County ended up stopping them. Otherwise, we would have seen a 34-6 halftime. And Russell County, with a third down, they got to get to the 20. Cora Perry back to pass. No, it's a direct snap to Candice Dixon. And Dixon gets tripped up to the right. It'll bring up fourth down. And the punting unit's going to come out for Russell County, and Smith Station's going to get the football back. That was not what Russell County wanted to do. They go 3 and out. And back to return this punt for Smith Station, Hayden Suggs. Line drive punt that takes a friendly bounce, and it's taken at the 30. Trying to see who that player is. That's number 15, Anna Grace Holland. And now Smith Station with great field position. Brooke Norred is going to come out and lead the Panther offense. Smith Station 2-1 on the season. Their only loss was to Auburn, 13-12. Norred back to pass. Rolls to the right. Feeling the pressure, throws it, jump ball, and that's going to be incomplete. And good play by Abigail Dix to break it up. That was intended for Sydney Morris, the 8th grader for Smith Station. It'll bring up second down. Ball at the 31. Norred getting the plays from Coach Keene on the sidelines. Norred, empty backfield. 5 wide receivers go out in the slant pattern. There will be a flag thrown. Norred wide open is Thomas, and she is right at the 12. But let's hold up, everybody. It's a personal foul on Russell County as Smith Station, that's going to be tacked on to the play. And it's going to be a 1st and goal for Smith Station. And that's the 4th big reception by Reagan Thomas. Norred. Back to pass. Feels the pressure, rolls, and broken up. Nice play by Mila Peters. And that's going to bring up second down. Peters was trying to go for the pick 6. It was a timing route that was timed perfectly by the defensive back. Norred in the shotgun, rolls to the right. Norred throws, caught, touchdown. Count them up. 5 touchdown passes for Brooke Norred, and that is a hat trick for Reagan Thomas. Her 3rd touchdown reception. And it is all Smith Station in this game. They now lead 33-6. Brooke Norred putting on a clinic. Norred feeling the pressure, back to throw, and that's going to be incomplete. So the score stands at 33-6. Russell County will get the football. 8:22 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. We'll be back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
And we're back here, Russell County with the football. Perry throws it, and that's going to be at the ground, intended for Flournoy. The nearest defender for Smith Station was Kenley Morris. And we now have a running clock. Got some subs coming in. Russell County just needs to get a spark on offense. They've got the 1 touchdown run by Mariah Rogers. Perry in the shotgun. Pitch in the backfield. Turning directions. Needs to get blockers. And she cannot get to the outside. What a great stop. Pulling the flag was Cervantes as Jasmine Dennison reversed positions on the field and went to the outside. And good speed catching up was Cervantes, and that will bring up a 3rd down. It'll be a 3rd and 12 for Perry in the Russell County offense. High snap. Perry feeling the pressure. Long throw. Nobody is there. It's incomplete. And we got a timeout. It will bring up 4th down. Russell County will punt the football away. Trailing 33-6. We'll step aside here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
It's a great day for a new Chevrolet from Glenn Smith in Opelika. Silverado and Colorado trucks ready to roll. Get going in a powerful new full-size Chevrolet Silverado with discounts up to $13,500 off. Drive away in the midsize Chevy Colorado ready for work or play. Discounted up to $4,000 off. People from all over the USA are going to Glenn Smith Chevrolet. Get ready to drive and get ready to smile.
And we are back here at Mitchell Corbett Stadium, the home of the Russell County Warriors. Got a beautiful practice facility behind us that they are building. It should be ready by next year. It's always great to be here in Seal, Alabama. Passionate fan base. Love Russell County Athletics, and we love supporting Russell County Athletics, as Georgia Alabama Sports Live is the home for Russell County Athletics and coaches shows. We were up in Lynette calling Russell County volleyball. We'll be back here this Friday. Homecoming, Russell County Percy Julian. It's a line drive punt that was played by Hayden Suggs. And once again, Smith Station has scored on 5 of their 6 possessions. They did get stopped by Russell County on one of their possessions. But Brooke Norred, with 5 touchdown passes, has been sensational. And I've got to come up with another word than sensational. She's been Smith-tastic. I'm coming up with, there you go. That's dropped in the flat. That was intended for Haley Parker. A rare drop by Smith Station. I mean, their offense has just been methodical. The legendary coach Hank Stram used to say, matriculate the ball down the field. That's pretty much what they've been doing. They've been having the big plays too. Flournoy feeling the pressure, and that's caught. Open space, but the flag is pulled. That was caught by Courtney Allen, but a good job by Vila Brooks to pull the flag. It will be enough for a first down. It's going to be 1st and goal for Smith Station. Smith Station, a 7A school, a border county in Lee County. Russell County is the border county, a 6A school. These two teams, when they play, this is a rivalry game. They don't play that often, but when they do, fans come out. Little dump-off pass to Natalie Dozier, and that will bring up 2nd down. Jada Flournoy, who's been rather quiet in this game, was putting the pressure on Norred. Jada Flournoy just had that monster game against Jag a couple of weeks ago. But this is a different ball game. This Smith Station team, they could compete for a state championship. This looks like the championship team that went to the championship a couple of years ago. Norred rolls, feeling the pressure, and the flag is pulled before she throws the football. That's going to be counted as a sack for Russell County. Is that Jada Flournoy on the sack? I think Flournoy had her flags pulled. It looks like they fell. I mean, she was putting on the pressure, but a couple of Russell County defenders were putting on the pressure. That's going to put them back at the 25-yard line. It's going to be a long 3rd and goal for Smith Station with 2:43 left to go. Norred high snap. Flournoy feeling the pressure. Norred long pass. Thomas had it, but she dropped it. That would have been a sure touchdown for Reagan Thomas, and it brings up a 4th and a long 4th and goal. So if you're Smith Station, you want to try to get this. You're not punting the football, but if you get it close, you give Russell County a short field, and then the lights come on, and Jada Flournoy gets the sack. Russell County takes over on downs. What a sack there by Jada Flournoy. And right when the lights came on, too. That was perfect timing. I'm not sure if that threw Brooke Norred off, seeing the lights come on. All right, it is Russell County football. We will have a running clock in the 3rd and 4th quarter. Not sure if that's going to be enough time for Russell County to come back in this game, but they can make it respectable, especially if they could score here. Perry throws, and that is intercepted. Flag is pulled. Flag thrown by the ref. And the interception by Savalania Cervantes. That's the 2nd turnover by Russell County, but let's hold the phone, everybody, as we'll see who the penalty's on. And the penalty is on Russell County. Are they going to tack this on the interception? All right, Smith Station back on offense once again. They got stopped on their last possession. It was 2 sacks by Jada Flournoy. So the turnover counts, but the penalty was after the turnover, so it was on Smith Station. So the ref is going to back Smith Station up all the way to the 45-yard line. But they only need to get to the 40 to pick up the first down, so they can use any play here. Norred got open space, launches one, and that's going to be incomplete, intended for Hayden Suggs. Flournoy had the pressure once again as Brooke Norred just let that one fly. And usually on 2nd and shorts, you can throw it for the Hail Mary pass and still be good, and that was a 1st and short. So let's see what play they do here as Norred feeling a little bit of pressure. Tosses it. Incomplete. A little bump there by Russell County. It's intended for Haley Parker. Little contact by McCottrell, Jalea McCottrell. But, you know, the players were just running into each other. Incidental contact. Third down, got to get to the 40. He could really call any play here. Norred back to pass. And a sack again by Jada Flournoy. It's going to make this fourth down a little bit tougher. I think Smith Station is going to punt this football away. What a job by the Russell County defense. Jada Flournoy with 4 sacks in this game. She has had an incredible game on the defense. But we got a timeout. All right, again, into the third quarter. We got the fourth quarter coming your way. Smith Station leads Russell County 33-6. Back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And welcome back. Start of the fourth quarter. Smith Station with the football. They're going to punt it away to Russell County. There's a lobbing punt that was trying to be controlled by Mariah Rogers, and Russell County will get the football at about the 45 with a continuing running clock. Not a whole lot of time left for Russell County. But there's some things that they could build on. The defense got a couple of stops. But the story has been Brooke Norred has been airing the football out, and she has got 5 touchdown passes. There's a high snap. Dennison's going to run herself and gets a couple of yards to the outside. We'll bring up second down. Got to get to the 40. Dennison in as the Wildcat quarterback. She's going to run with it. And Dennison cannot get past the line of scrimmage. What a job getting the flag pulled for a loss. That was Jordan Smith, the senior, the veteran on this defense, that dove for the flag, and now it's going to bring up a third down and 11 for Russell County. Maybe it's been all run plays here as Cora Perry not in at quarterback. Trying to call for the ball. That's going to be a delay of game. Dennison was trying to ask for the ball, and then the ref actually calls it a false start. Was not a delay of game. It's going to back Russell County up 5 more yards, 3rd and 16. If anything, Russell County's done a great job holding Smith Station to only 6 points here in the second half. Dennison. And she gets taken down. Natalie Dozier with a big sack. And now it's 4th down. And Russell County's going to have to punt the football away. Don't forget, tomorrow we've got Thursday night football action, Manchester and Spencer. And then on Friday, we've got a fantastic tripleheader, including back here for Percy Julian. It's homecoming for the 3-0 Russell County Warriors, who got some receiving votes in the Alabama Writers Association poll for 6A schools. And then we also have 2 Muskogee County games to include Carver and Northside, and the oldest rivalry in Columbus, Columbus and Jordan. That will be all on Friday. And don't forget, we also have the halftime show presented by the Beck Center. That's all coming your way this Friday. And then on Saturday, we got Troup County and Mary Persons. Looking forward to the action this week on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We do have a flag football game we got to finish here. Smith Station on top, 33-6 over Russell County. The Lady Panthers with the football. We got a new quarterback in for Smith Station, and that is number 25. That's going to be Lindsey Mounts, and she passes it to Courtney Allen for a big gain and a first down for Smith Station. But we do have a injured player on the ground for Russell County, as this is the Jack Houston Memorial Hospital injury timeout. We'll step aside and we'll take one too here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
And welcome back here to Russell County. 7:27 left to go in this game. Smith Station with the football. Got a new quarterback in for the Lady Panthers, Lindsey Mounts. Brooke Norrid's day appears to be done. I mean, she's got 5 touchdown passes. Mounts throws it incomplete. Flag on the play. But I've been very impressed with the Smith Station team, but they still got to play Central. They've already played Auburn. They'll play Opelika. They got one of the toughest divisions in flag football, and I think it's they group 7 and 6A. I got to see what the Alabama classifications are for flag football, because not every team in Alabama has a girls flag football team. Mounts back to pass, throws, long pass, and that is going to be caught. Close. That was a Courtney Allen. It's first and goal for Smith Station. Might have stepped out of bounds, but that was very close to being a touchdown. But Smith Station, they could really put a bow on this one if they can get the score with 6:16 left to go. Mounts, first and goal. Smith Station rolls to the right. Throws. Touchdown. That is Reagan Thomas with 4 touchdown receptions. And that's incomplete. Okay. See, we're up in the press box. It was hard to say, but the clock guy has a better angle than I can. That's incomplete. It's second and goal now. Third and goal. Muntz, direct snap, takes it herself, and she scores, and that is a touchdown for Smith Station. And it's now 39-6 with 5:08 left to go here in this game. And Mounts is going to go for the try here. Try to put Smith Station up 40-6. By the way, they will take on Central on the 23rd, as that try is no good. That's going to be at Central. So that game on the 23rd of September. Looking forward to seeing Smith Station in the Backyard Brawl Flag Football Edition at Garrett Harrison Stadium. Okay, we got a running clock. It's 4 minutes left to go. Russell County will get the football once again. Probably going to be the last possession of the game, depending on what they do here. The closest that Russell County has gotten this game, it was 21-6. But Smith Station's defense forcing 2 turnovers. That's a bad snap, and that's going to be a dead ball. And they will actually spot the ball where it lands. The ref has got to put a marker down anytime he sees the ball. It's like in golf. You're putting down your marker so you know exactly where the ball is going to be. That ball's all the way at the 25-yard line. Rogers. Oh, she's got some speed, just couldn't find the holes. She tried to turn and move one way and then trying to juke and try to break the defenders. Gets a couple of yards on the play. And Russell County's kind of changing up their offense. They've been going with direct snap. They have not completed a pass in the last couple of drives. Dennison back in there. Direct snap rolls to the right, left. She's got room. And she gets tripped up. Gets about 5 yards on the play, but it seems like she was running for about 50 yards as she was going in multiple directions. And that will bring up 4th down. So with 2:13 left to go, Smith Station's going to keep the offense on the field, and, well, maybe they might get the punting team going. And we got a timeout. Oh, they're calling the game. The game is over. So we did have a running clock, and the referees just called the game. Smith Station wins this one 39-6. They go to 3-1. Russell County goes to 2-3. And the Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game is Smith Station quarterback Brooke Norred, who had 5 touchdown passes. It's an incredible performance by Brooke Norred. Congratulations. Smith Station wins this one. I want to thank Chris Gates, my producer. I'm Richard Holdridge saying so long from Russell County. Don't forget, we've got the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show coming up tonight. Thrift Behringer and myself. So stick around. We'll see you next time. Have a great night, everybody.